There's a quote that I often think of that says, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And I recently Googled it because I didn't actually know who'd said it. It turns out it's from a Canadian ice hockey player, Wayne Gretzky, who was famous for shooting at every slender opportunity. It's a simple sentence that's a great galvanizer for those moments in life when we find ourselves at a fork in the road. Do we keep going along the familiar path, predictable, safe, comfortable? Or do we take the unknown option, loaded with risk, maybe, but with the potential to grow and learn and achieve new success? Taking that risk means stepping away from what we know and embracing the uncertainty of a new direction. And that takes courage. In the latest interview episode of the Content Mavericks Club, I spoke with somebody who fits Gretzky's quote perfectly. She's a great example of someone who caught a glimpse of goal and took her shot. I'm Jason Caffrey. Welcome to the Content Mavericks Club. In the last episode of the Content Mavericks Club, I met brand designer Ellie Knowler. Her story is a brilliant real-world example of someone who was in a great position with a successful career, but wanted something else. So, after a decade as a radiographer, a stable and respected healthcare profession, Ellie decided to take that fork in the road. She turned away from her medical career and set out to fulfill what was actually her original creative calling as a freelance brand designer and social media manager. Her experience reveals a fascinating picture of calculated risk to pursue a fresh direction and thoughtful strategies to make it all work. So in this episode, I want to explore 3 powerful learning points from my conversation with Ellie that I think offer valuable insights for anyone considering a similar career change, or who wants to build an authentic personal brand, or is simply looking to align their work more closely with what really drives them. But before we get stuck in, a quick note for those of you watching the Content Mavericks Club on YouTube. If you find this content useful, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss future episodes. It really helps us grow the channel and bring you more powerful learning on content marketing and entrepreneurship. So, on to my first takeaway, which is simply to embrace your status as work in progress. In our airbrushed online world, there can be immense pressure to present a flawless image from day one. But Ellie's journey reminds us that authenticity lies in the process, not the polish. She's open about her freelance career being an ongoing evolution. Her willingness to share her journey, including the uncertainties and learning curves, builds genuine connection and trust. Now, that's not to say Ellie doesn't edit or curate her content. She uses Instagram to showcase her portfolio, so she cherry picks what she posts there. On LinkedIn, she's more relaxed. That's where she shows up with the setbacks and the frustrations, as well as the fist pumps. And that makes her 3-dimensional. It makes her a real person.
Firstly, I love LinkedIn. I think it's my favourite platform on social media. It's so welcoming, everyone's supportive. There doesn't seem to be any keyboard warriors like wanting to negate things you're saying. So I find for me, LinkedIn's a bit more authentic. Whereas I think if you were going to ask someone else, they'd probably say the opposite. They'd probably say Instagram is where you can be authentic. LinkedIn is where you're going to be more professional. But I don't find that. And that's just not what I do. So I tend to be a bit more personable, I hope anyway, on LinkedIn.
Ellie doesn't have all the answers. She says herself she doesn't know what her career will look like a year from now. But she's excited by that. She's committed to the journey and she's open about the risks and anxieties that come with it. And I love that. Takeaway 2 is to combine passion with pragmatism. This is a subject that can provoke strong opinions. My experience is that there are benefits from operating without a safety net. There's a reason why necessity really is the mother of invention. And the simple need to generate income has a way of focusing the mind. But the all or nothing approach has its downsides too. When you fall, you break. And that makes it a lot harder to get up and go again. And that's why Ellie's approach makes a lot of sense. Her decision to leave her healthcare career was driven by a deep desire for creative fulfillment. But as anyone who's made a big career change will tell you, creativity doesn't pay the bills. Cash does. Now, drive, passion, purpose, those things matter a lot. But passion alone isn't always enough to sustain you, especially in the early stages. And what stood out in Ellie's story was her smart, practical approach to changing direction. She turned away from her previous career, but she didn't just throw the table up in the air and walk away. She thoughtfully created a safety net by maintaining her radiography skills and picking up casual shifts. This gave her the financial breathing room to build her freelance design business without the crushing pressure to make it profitable from day one. Cash flow is the lifeblood of any business, and Ellie made sure she was covered.
I don't know if I could have jumped straight from a full-time job to freelance. I don't think I'd have the guts, to be honest. So knowing that I could pick up these shifts and have a little bit of income stream coming through every month made the transition a bit easier.
Everyone has a different appetite for risk. Only you can decide where the threshold is for you and your own situation. But that practical step, that safety net, is the unglamorous, unsung hero in so many of life's challenges. For Ellie, it's given her the space and time to do the groundwork needed to build a sustainable, flourishing new venture. In my last takeaway edition, I talked about how happy accidents had changed the world. And that theme has come up again because my final learning point for this episode is turning serendipity into opportunity. Life rarely unfolds in a straight line, and careers are no different. For Ellie, when she switched careers, becoming the social media manager for a financial guru wasn't on the roadmap. She was focused on building a new direction as a brand designer. But after taking on the social media management for a friend who rode across the Atlantic, she found herself in demand as a content creator. Ellie discovered she's really good at social media, and what's more, she enjoys it, which came as a pleasant surprise. It goes across social media as well. You're smiling.
It's just funny because, if you told me a year ago that I'd be doing a social media for a finance podcast, I wouldn't believe it. I love it, but It wasn't part of the plan. And it doesn't really, obviously I get to use my design skills. I've really enjoyed the social media side of it, which I didn't think I would until my friend rode the Atlantic and I did hers.
None of this would have happened if she hadn't been prepared to try new things and flex in unexpected directions. Ellie developed her skill set, expanded her network, and gained experience in an entirely new sector, which is a great way to build any career. Ellie's experience is a powerful reminder that sometimes the most valuable opportunities are the ones we don't expect. So, those are my takeaways for this episode. 1, be a work in progress because ultimately everybody is. 2, be pragmatic. You've got the passion and you've got the drive. Give yourself the space to capitalize on it. And 3, turn serendipity into opportunity. You really never know where life might take you. If you want to know more about Ellie Knowler's story, make sure you check out the full interview available now on the Content Mavericks Club. And to help you really nail these concepts, I've put together a free cheat sheet. It summarizes all the learning points, including Ellie's favorite tools, and gives you actionable steps. You can download that now for £0 when you sign up for the Content Mavericks Club newsletter. All the links are in the description. If you've enjoyed this takeaway episode, please do like, subscribe, and leave a comment or review. It's a quick and easy way to support the show and helps other content mavericks find us. I'm Jason Caffrey. Thanks for joining me for this takeaway edition of the Content Mavericks Club. Keep creating, keep learning, and don't be afraid to forge your own path. It really is worth it. That's it from me for now. Goodbye.